and Sandi Watkins.
How's it going, everybody? Y'all having fun yet? Awesome. Hey, first things first, Sandi, come on. Everybody say cheese. Say Zija Dija. All right. So, anybody here from Kentucky? All right. Everybody say, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
All right. So I'm glad to be here, guys. We're so thankful with Zija Nation, our Zija family. It's absolutely changed our lives. I hope that we can share something with you that can help impact your life as well. So real quick, everybody say, if you seek me, you will find me. When you search for me, with all your heart. Next time you say it, touch your heart too. That's from the book of Jeremiah, guys, and isn't that a wonderful promise, Sandi? Isn't it something special when a great God makes a promise to us that all we have to do is reach for Him and He'll reach for us? Now, at the same time, Sandi, He doesn't say if you casually think about procrastinating about reaching out to me, then I'll reach out. No, it's not like that, guys. So if you go all in for God, He's going to go all in for you. And if you go all in for people, I'll make a promise to you right now. If you just commit to partnering with people and putting yourself out there, then it's about planting seeds, guys. You're planting enough seed. Understand the seed is good, D. Right? The seed is good. If you plant enough, you're going to find the Sandys. You're going to find the Belinda Byfields and Dan and Charity Schaefer's and the Carafanas. There's so many. Freddie Jones, Sandi, Freddie. It took a while to get things rolling with me and Sandi in a new market, but it also took a little bit longer, Freddie. I'm going to pick on you for a while. I met Freddie 20 years ago in the Marine Corps, and he was my mentor back then. I guess now the tables turned, but it took him 6 years from the day that I planted that seed for him to take action, and now we're building a new market there also in Florida. So, first things first, everybody say ABC. ABC. Everybody say ABC. ABC. Okay, you're going to see, we'll revisit that, but this time ABC stands for always be connecting. To meet great people like Sandi, to meet great people like Belinda Byfield, you got to always be moving and always be connecting. Reach back into the past, right? That's how I found Freddie, but always reaching into the future and put yourself around positive people, like-minded people, because to meet Sandi Watkins, I had to take myself out of maybe some negative environments. Put yourself in entrepreneurial presentations, entrepreneurial ventures. The GoPro conference we talked about, Mike Sims and them just went to. I met Sandi at an event like that. Isn't it easier to build a business it's easier to steer an airplane when it's in the air versus when it's on the ground, right? So seek out people that are already reading the right books, that are already fond of networking or residual income. So that's what I had to do. I had to ABC, always be connecting, and then be consistent. Sandi, I don't know if I just found out here recently what this girl did with my first exposure. You want to tell them?
Absolutely. Well, like Kevin said, we met in California at an entrepreneurial event, and so at the end of the event, we sat down and we chatted, and Kevin shared the opportunity with me there and gave me some samples, and I just recently told him I threw them in the trash.
She threw my product in the trash.
But listen to this. This is amazing.
That's $25.
I'm sorry.
No. So, but did I give up, guys? If be consistent, right? Follow through. Don't just follow up and then you get a negative or a no or somebody turn you away. Don't just say, well, next. They're not ready. Be patient with people. It took 8 months for my relationship with Sandi in Washington State for it to unfold. So be consistent, follow through and follow up, and then qualify. As this started developing with Sandi, I still qualified her for my time because I had a team. You don't want to let prospects take you away from your team, or don't let your team take away from prospecting either. Prospecting is one of the main things that you need to be doing. But with Sandi, I qualified her. Think about it like this. it's fun to play with a boomerang, right? If you're by yourself, you don't want to be playing fetch with yourself, a stick, and you just throw it out there, and it's a lot of work. But if you have a boomerang, it's kind of coming back to you, right? So if I qualify Sandi for my time and say, Sandi, if you think you could jump on this conference call tonight, I'd let you. There's someone you got to hear their story.
Sure, absolutely. In fact, I remember that conference call. It was Melanie Greeno.
Melanie Greeno's call. Everybody give Melanie a big hand. She's rocking. Greeno's are rocking right now. I do remember that too. Or I'll say, hey Freddie, if I send you a Zija Fit Pack, will you take it? Right? So qualify your people for your time, and then we got closer and closer to partnering. So I just said, Sandi, can you jump? Can we? As we got started, actually, we had to open ourselves up to many more connections, because the bridge, right, in a long distance relationship is geography, or the gap and the distance is geography. We had to bridge that by giving multiple three-way connection call contacts. I wanted her to have access to multiple leaders. Do you remember any of the leaders that I introduced you to?
Absolutely. Brandon Hayes, Lori Doolin, Scott Harris, Danny Day. It was phenomenal.
And because I knew that connection calls was going to be our main source of building in the beginning. So overpower, I'm going to put people on the phone with somebody until they put them on the phone, until they put their prospects on the phone with me, right? So, but then I also had to be creative and think about, there's some new technologies, right? You got to, again, you're bridging the gap. So Uvu, Skype, Periscope. But hey, can I get a shout out to the Aussies in the house? Aussies.
Aussie.
Good night, Mike. So listen, these guys, we're doing Periscope with all of our events while we're out there, and we covered a lot of ground globally with the Periscope. If you're not using that, that's something you need to be implementing quickly. But bridge the distance gap, and then here's what's going to happen. You're going to find the right leader. You're going to link arms. You're going to partner with your new best friend. That's all you're doing, guys. You're going out there and finding your new best friends that you're going to do and experience life with. Then you show them how to do it. So here's ABC, 1, 2, 3, fundamental 5. You show them how to do it, and then shadow them do it. Let them do some activity, make sure they're good to go, and then let them go do it, right? Then just call me as needed, not for everything, but as needed. And then if you do that, eventually you can sort, support, and duplicate along the way. So what is it? So when we talk about the system, we talk about what we're doing. What is it? It's a system, okay? A cookie cutter template system that anyone can duplicate. If you're doing something that's not duplicatable, something that's super special, if you're the show, if you're the big show, then you don't want this. Guys, we only have enough contacts, right? We only have enough breath. So you want this to go on long after you're done with life or business building or whatever. So it is the system. Save yourself time, energy, and money, right? Show, shadow, delegate, and then big things could happen. I can't think of anyone better than Sandi Watkins to run through the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s, the fundamental 5, just a template of the system that we share. She's a rising superstar and we're going diamond elites and Hercules, Godzilla, Optimus Prime elite, as we all say. So give it up for Sandi Watkins real quick, guys.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Kevin. Well, here's what I do. And this is what Kevin did with me. And this is what I show people what to do also. It's the fundamental 5. And it's fun, guys. Let me tell you. I do it in the pockets of my life. I do it daily. I know y'all probably know my story, or for those that don't, I have a lot of kids, 7 kids. So when I'm showing up to dance class, I'm showing up 15 minutes early so that I can work my business. So here's what you want to stick to, the fundamentals. And I love how Ryan Palmer touched on it earlier. So what I did when I got started is I created a prospect list. I went through my phone contacts, I went through my email contacts, I went through my Facebook contacts, and I asked myself just 2 questions. Who needs this product and who needs this business? Like yesterday, I was on a mission. So I went through there and I answered those questions. So when I picked up the phone and I called them, I used that verbiage within there. Hey, George, I know that you were looking for some extra income. I found something I think you might want to take a look at. Are you still looking? And if they said yes, perfect, let me pass you some information. And when I pass you this information, is it okay if I introduce you to my friend Kevin? He's got an amazing story. Yes? Cool. Right there's a lesson. I like to peek, pass, and plug all in the same breath. You don't have anybody now, after they've watched a video, saying, oh, well, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need to. I can just talk to you. So you peek, pass, plug after you've made that prospect list, and then you're going to promote. When I got started, I put my home launch on the calendar. And I actually put 2 back to back. So that when I called people, if they couldn't come that night, they had the next night. Then we started getting in the living rooms of the new distributors, so we had home launches. Then we had Super Saturdays, then we had corporate events. So we're constantly promoting. So when you're calling that prospect list, you always have something to funnel people to. So that's important. So these are the fundamental 5 guys: prospect list, peek, pass, plug, promote, and also personal develop daily. Kevin's been a great example of that. There's many ways to do that. YouTube channels. Books, obviously. Drive Time University, Brandon Hayes, love that. So we're always learning. People are looking to join other strong, successful leaders. And once you get into Zisha, guess what? You're a leader. You made a big step to do something better for your health, for your financial freedom as well. So people are looking to join other people. Keep personally developing so that you can be the best that you can be, because that's who people are going to join. Okay, guys? So next, what do I do after that? After I've done the fundamental 5, I'm going to help people. I'm going to do the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s with them. I'm going to first give them access to other leaders. I'm going to teach them the basics, and then I'm going to show them to commit. So what are we going to do, guys? A stands for what? Access. Let's do it one more time, guys. What does A stand for?
Access.
Nice. So you're going to give them access to yourself. I let people know that I'm available for them, right? Then I'm going to give them access to 3 leaders. You want to create a team that is not just codependent to you. You want to show them that they can call other people, help them develop relationships with other leaders whose stories might match other people that they're talking to. Very important to give them access to other people. And then you're going to teach them the basics. You're going to break down the peek, pass, plug. That can be the hardest thing to do sometimes. You know, we just want to go out there and we want to peek. We don't want to give a presentation right away. So teach them how to peek, pass, plug. It will make it so easy for them because anybody can do this. And then after peek, pass, plug, show them the fundamental 5 and how to do that as well, and to keep going and keep prospecting. You don't ever want to stop. Your people are going to do what you do. So I love that aspect. I love bringing new people into the business. So give them access to team training. Help them commit to just plug into that team training. And now we have the new Zisha back office. It's amazing. I already sneak peeked. I saw it's up there, Zisha University. So help them get in there and teach them those basics. But then show them the reason and the importance of committing. Help them commit to their first enrollment, their first auto ship, maybe their first, 2 rank advancements. How about help them commit to their first year of auto ship, right?
Amen. Amen.
I mean, this product, does it work?
Woo!
Yeah. They're going to thank you for it. You're helping people on the front end. You're showing them. You're leading by example. So when you help them commit, talk about their why with them. Make sure you make it about them. Don't make it about you. This business is not about you. It's about the other people out there that need to hear about what we have to offer. So when this business ebbs and flows, so when they're down or maybe up, you can bring them back to why they're doing what they're doing. And it will be for their reason. And I'm telling you, real quickly, they'll be like, okay, yes, I've got this. I'm going. This is what I need. This is what I deserve. Also, help them commit to plugging into the system. I know with our team, we're not out there trying to get them, come on back, come on, remember the system. We talk about that at the very beginning. That system is going to serve them well. It's going to save them time, money, and energy. So it's very important. So guys, these are the ABCs, 1, 2, 3, and it's as easy as that. Back to you, Kevin.
Awesome. Give Sandi a round of applause, please. Everyone just understand that we're normal, ordinary people doing extraordinary things just through the products, through the process. And the process is way more important than the content sometimes. You can know it all and say it all, but if you show them a process that they can duplicate, that's what's going to drive a long-term business for you, Joel. So we call it Zisha Nation, but let's say Duplication Nation.
Duplication Nation!
All right, for it to start, in the beginning, David, it starts with you. It's your list. It's your pen writing that name down. The pen doesn't weigh 5,000 pounds. The phone doesn't weigh 10,000 pounds. You got to do the deal, do the work. And so in the beginning, everything counts on you. It's your business. You're the CEO and president of your organization and business. But then, as time goes on, you find the right person, especially in a new market situation. You've got to know that as after you leave, something happens without you, okay? And then you can hone in on that person and focus on them. So something has to take place after you leave, and then if you do this and duplicate properly, Sandi, everything will happen without you eventually, okay? And what's that going to do? That's going to free you up so you can go out there and build more leaders and build more teams. So just, guys, know where to work and know where not to work. I was out there with Brandon Hayes, and we were talking to Pradeep and his team, incredible leadership there, and we were just sharing a little bit and taking some pictures, and then Brandon just went on a rant, doing what Brandon Hayes does, because he's a stud, and he just started talking, and they were, all into it, and I just was not needed. So I kind of just moved on, because at these events we're sticking and moving and talking to a lot of people. The same thing in the business. You got to get them started, let them go. That way you can help someone else. So know where to work, know where not to work, and then empower, build people up, build up your leaders, build up the people that are doing the deal along with you and that are partnering with you. And that will lead to, as you replace yourself over time, that's what duplication is all about, and that's what leadership is all about. Leaders duplicate leaders, or leaders build up other leaders. And if you do that, you're going to see a business of duplication, and then ultimately a business of freedom. Can I get a big freedom shout out? Freedom! All right, so guys, just in closing here, understand that duplication is what I've preached this system, this topic for the last 3 or 4 years. Okay, and then I partnered with cool people like Belinda and Dan and Charity and now Freddie and Sandi. But I built it up for them to take over, and then I just served them as needed. So I remember like it was yesterday, Sandi. We linked arms. After I saw that she was all in, I flew out there. I invested in her. We prayed together. In fact, we prayed together right behind this thing just before we started. And pray with your family. Break bread with them, right? What do we say? Millions are made on mute, but lifestyle is lived in living rooms too. You get down and dirty with people, get in the trenches, right? Go to battle with your people, and if you do that, then it will lead to a room full of 200 people, Sandi? In the beginning, it was just me and my phone call, and then it was us, and then about a year later, Lindsay came to the table, and we started building a dynamic team with her. But then before you know it, there were 200 people at this event, in the picture on the screen, and I was not there, okay? I was not there. So just remember, guys, if you have to drag somebody to do a 3-way call and drag them to the conference and drag them to all this stuff, that's a lot of dead weight. You don't want to do that. So we're not in the dragging people business, but we are in the dragon slaying business, okay? So all you have to do is get out there and go to battle with people, build up the leaders, duplicate, but then, let's face it, guys, we heard some stories already. There's some people out there that are homeschool or stay-at-home moms. What about stay-at-home dads? Let's partner and make the stay-at-home families, okay? If we go out there and slay the dragon together, then we can do just that. So Sandi, any final thoughts that you want to leave everyone with?
Well, Kevin, I remember these pictures like it was yesterday as well. We've blazed a trail, and you guys can too, right? So we've done it in Washington State and a few other places, just like Belinda Byfield has done it in Australia. And all we're doing is we're helping people with the fundamentals. We're giving them access to other people. We're teaching them the basics. We're helping them commit. And it's a big deal, you guys. People are looking for this. They're looking for it like yesterday, like I said. I mean, you have to find your why. You have to find your reason. You have to find your life unlimited. And then you're just going to grab a few people, and you're going to help you do the exact same thing. This is easy. You truly can do it in the pockets of your life. Have fun with it. It is fun. You never know who you are meant to meet. And I just so appreciate this company, this opportunity, and the steps that we have in the system. So go out there, go Diamond, you deserve it.
Thanks, guys.
Let's give them another round of applause.